Alright guys, so I'm not sure what of the other videos I'm going to show, but I have been messing with this sandblaster day and night, like forever, to try to figure this thing out. And it's been probably a week or two. That's why my latest video was of Jeep install. And yeah, so we're back on track now. I finally got this thing working. It's just been the biggest struggle in the whole world, but I'll tell you guys what I ended up doing. So my valve, it did end up working in the end, so I was able to put a bigger fitting. I had this right here on there, but I ended up putting the larger size, and I jammed my hose over it, and I still couldn't get good flow, and I determined that it was the thickness of the media that I was using, and that it's just too coarse. And I thought that it was doing a great job and everything, but it's just too coarse to run through this machine. So I went ahead and I bought some finer stuff, and this is this stuff's so fine. It looks like play sand. It's even finer than play sand. It's so crushed up. It's very fine. So it seems to be working a lot better. Also, I modified this by adding a big light here. My brother was like, "What are you doing? Why don't you just put one of these on there?" And I was like, "You're a genius." Now I can see so well. Yeah, so the battery died, but basically I can see really well now. It's feeding really well because of my fine media, and this thing's working like a champ. So I have my suction set up, obviously. Vacuum is outside. I use the plug here. I got this nice big light here. It's just like a LED shop light, and that's giving me all this nice light. And I don't even turn the light on from the cabinet. It's kind of just a joke to me anyway. So I'm just gonna go over all the other parts that I kind of already did with this fine media, because it's really doing a nice job. So I'll see if I can set you guys up here and show you what we're doing. So I just wanted to show you guys exactly what sandblasting is capable of. This is what we started with. You can see it's all rotted, it's all scaled. There's all sorts of rust and debris on this. This came off of the same vehicle, this one, as this one did. And this one you can see has been sandblasted. It is basically a brand new part. It looks like it is ready. It came right off the assembly line here. Like, this thing is mint. Both sides, everything looks brand new. It looks way better than this one. This one is, you know, you would think this is a piece of junk, but it's actually got this hiding underneath. So pretty cool that we were able to sandblast it and restore it. And once I go ahead and throw some black epoxy paint on here, I decided to go with the VHT black epoxy paint. I'm gonna go ahead and paint both of these guys up, and they'll look really good. So I got this too to paint. So I got a lot of stuff to paint here. I want to try to do it maybe in a few batches. So maybe tomorrow night we can try to do some painting. I'm going to heat up the garage. Tonight I'm going to try to get the other knuckle prepped, maybe this one too, and then maybe we can paint all the knuckles tomorrow night, and that would be a good start, I think. That would be pretty cool. I don't want to leave these out for too long because they could rust. The other ones that I had left out already started to get a little rusted, so this is bare metal now, so we do need to coat this so that these won't rot. So that is what I plan to do, so I'll show you guys that process as well. But for right now, I'm going to get to blasting. I guess maybe I'll do this one because this one will be pretty satisfying. I got to pound that ball joint out still. But once that ball joint pops out for me, we'll go ahead and throw this in the blast cabinet, and this thing really needs some help. Alright guys, so I did borrow my friend's or my coworker's nice Snap-on ball joint press kit. It's got a lot more parts in here than, you know, I had with the stuff that I had. Mine, the threads are all stripped, so I was able to get this guy pressed in. It was kind of a pain. Getting these guys lined up is a huge pain. Just take your time and do it right. If it's going in crooked, just keep restarting it. You need to get it to go straight, because if you go in crooked, you're gonna, you know, deform your bushing here. I mean, sometimes you might be able to just push through it, but it's your call if you want to take the risk in destroying one. I had a couple times where I had to back off even though I thought I was close, and I went again. But this thing fits really nice in there, really nice and tight. And yeah, it's pressed in good, and it's pretty even on both sides here. So it's pretty even on both sides. So I do have to go through. I think I might just tape it off really quick, throw it back in the blaster, clean up a couple of areas that I got some crap on, and then after that probably proceed to get this thing all ready. Ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing prepped and see if we can get some paint on this today. I got the car all covered up in the garage. It is snowing outside, but hopefully I can set up a little spray section here hanging from the ceiling, get some epoxy paint on there. I got the heat going, so yeah, we should be ready to go. Alright, so I just totally destroyed my finger. I guess I'll probably be okay, but in a decent amount of pain right now, so I'm going to take a little breather, and then I will come back, sandblast this, and get on with everything. I just crushed it so good. So I've got 2 done now, and I've got 2 to go. So I went ahead and hung them up all from the garage here. I think that's the best way to do it, because I need to spray all sides. So I have them all hung up. 1 over there, and the other 3 are over here. They're hung pretty well. I didn't want to put them all on one, because I wanted to disperse the weight. They're pretty heavy, but I had just enough bungee cords. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit these guys with 2 light coats, and then 1 medium wet coat, just like I did with the other one. And I have a little bit left in this can and a little bit left in the other. But this is what I'm using here. It's VHT epoxy, and it is rust and salt resistant. No primer needed, and all weather, 250 degrees Fahrenheit. So it should be good enough for what we're doing. I'm not going to drive this car in inclement weather that much, so this should be just fine for me. And I'll let you guys know how this stuff holds up after a couple of years down the road, because I plan to have the car for a while. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with this, and I'll show you guys a little bit of the process along the way. Alright guys, so it's the following day. I took the tape off, and this is the result. We have all of our knuckles all painted. They look really awesome. The finish on them is really nice. It's like it's a glossy finish, but it's kind of got a texture to it because the metal was pretty coarse, but I think that it will lend well to the durability, and for it to be nice and sticky. Obviously, it stuck well. I've been handling them already. It seems like they're being able, I'm able to handle them right away, which is nice. That means the paint is definitely curing. So definitely gonna give it a week or more before they go on the car. But yeah, I think it'll probably be a lot longer than that. But I think I will start assembling them further later into the week here, but I think that's going to cap it off for this video. This is sort of the sandblasting and ball joint pressing and suspension bushing, pressing, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm probably going to cap it off here. So appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for the rest of this swap here, this 5-lug conversion. I'm on the lookout for some wheels, and also I have a bunch of other stuff that I have to recondition. Probably do most of that off camera, just because it's like a ton of work, and you guys basically get the idea. I'm gonna go ahead and sandblast everything, hit it with some paint. I'll show you guys when I do the calipers. I still have to order the rear calipers. Got more parts to paint. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get working on it. You guys will probably hear back from me in another week, and I'll show you guys the more progress that I've made. But we just gotta keep plugging along here, and eventually we'll have everything ready to go on the car. And then I wanna do some of the stuff that I'm gonna take off the car as well. So we're gonna have another phase of this suspension reconditioning too. But in the end, it'll be all brand new. It'll look really nice, and we'll be able to keep this thing really clean. And we won't have to worry about rot or anything like that. It'll all be coated, and I might even coat the wheel wells too, just to make sure that we stay nicely coated. I may remove the wheel liners and stuff like that, just because it gives me more room to fit the big wheels that I want. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more, and stay watching these videos and liking, thumbs up. I appreciate all of it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I always put the link in the description. It's just @AcordGuy on Instagram. I'm not active on Facebook yet. I would like to be eventually. I just have to, I don't know, get my stuff in order. It's a lot. It's a lot keeping up with all this, but I do enjoy it, and I want to stick with it. So I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.